stop, and landing 13 left if that's available.
Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, Palm Springs Tower, squawk 6250.
6250.
Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, Palm Springs altimeters 2985 radar contact, about 10 miles west of the Palm Springs VOR. Presently landing runway 31, you're requesting straight in for 13.
If that's available, yes, please.
Remember, correction, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, make straight in runway 13 left and clear to land. Wind is 0905.
Clear to land, runway 3 left, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, thanks.
Palm Springs clearance plus 4658 is type PC12 slam call, request clearance to Vegas S file.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs clearance. Good afternoon, unable to give you S file, and I'll be full route standby. Plus 4658 is cleared to the Las Vegas airport via Flight Cathedral 1 departure procedure to Palm Springs, Victor 370 to 29 Palms, Victor 538, Cresso, join the Cresso 3 arrival. Maintain 7,000, expect flight level 2405 minutes after departure, departure frequency 126.7, squawk 6316.
4658 is cleared to Vegas via Cathedral 1, Palm Springs, Victor 37029, Palms, Victor 538, Cresso 3, initially climb 7,000, expect cruiser FG5, departure 167, squawk 6316 plus 465.
Plus 4658, reback is correct. Tango Mike, taxi to the ramp via Echo and this frequency.
Taxiing to the ramp via Echo, remaining on this frequency, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike.
Ontario Tower, Cessna 237 Charlie Alpha, approximately 4 miles to the west, inbound to land.
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, roger, inner left traffic, left downwind runway 26 left, report base.
Enter left downwind for 26 left and report your base, 237 Charlie Alpha.
Charlie Tower, United 242, on the visual for 20 right, will be turning for a right base shortly.
United 242 John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind 170.3.
Clear to land, 20 right, United 242.
Papa Tower, King Alpha 280 Kilo, ILS 54.
Here 520 Yankee Kilo, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind 210 at 1.
The land,
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, runway 26 left, clear to land.
6 left, clear to land, 7 Charlie Alpha.
Palm Springs ground plus 4658 east ramp with weather going for taxi.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo and Bravo.
Trail right via Echo Bravo 465.
Riverside Tower, good morning, November 2903 Alpha with you on the ILS.
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside Tower, good afternoon. Runway 9 clear low approach, report miss.
November 2903 Alpha, DX, low approach, runway 9, next report is missing.
Palm Springs Tower plus 4658 ready to go 3 and right at Bravo.
The radio area check.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 3 and right plus 465.
Papa Tower, King Alpha 280 Kilo, 58
King 0 Yankee Kilo, roger, taxi into the ramp via Alpha.
via Alpha
Plus 4658, contact SoCal departure.
Contact departure 465.
Cessna 7 Charlie Alpha is clearly active, taxi to the GA parking base.
We're 7 Charlie Alpha, remain on this frequency, taxi into the south ramp via Sierra.
South ramp via Sierra with you, 7 Charlie Alpha, thanks.
Number 2903 Alpha is going around.
Number 03 Alpha, confirm going around or going missed.
November 2903 Alpha going missing.
Number 03 Alpha, roger, execute the published missed approach procedure.
Flying the published mid-approach procedure, November 2903.
Piper 2903 Alpha, contact SoCal departure.
Contact departure, 03 Alpha.
Number 03 Alpha, departure frequency will be 135.4.
135.4 for departure, November 2903 Alpha.
Ontario Tower, November 516 Delta Mike, inbound ILS 26 left.
Number 516 Delta Mike, Ontario Tower. Good afternoon, Ontario. Wind is calm. Runway 26 left, clear to land.
26 left, clear to land, 6 Delta Mike. Ontario Tower, November 36. Correction, 516 Delta Mike, clear of the active at uniform, taxiing to the south apron.
Number 6 Delta Mike, roger, taxi on the south ramp via Sierra. Remain on this frequency.
Via Sierra on this frequency, 6 Delta Mike.
Riverside Tower,
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside Tower, runway 27, clear to land.
Clear to land on runway 27, 03 Alpha. Riverside Ground, November 2903 Alpha, in Alpha, request taxi to the transient partner.
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside ground. In the future, don't switch to the ground frequency unless you're told to do so. Should stay with tower, exiting the runway all the way to the hold short point. Stay on this frequency for now, taxi into the ramp via Alpha.
Taxi to ramp via Alpha, broadband, November 2903 Alpha.
Runway clear. Runway clearance, November 6th, Charlie Mike, Cherokee. I would like to attempt the I-4 rating today.
Cherokee 76 Charlie Mike, Jolene clearance. Good evening. Good luck on the I-4 destination. Will be, let's go, Kilo, Oscar, X-ray, Romeo.
That's Kilo, Oscar, X-ray, Romeo. 6 Charlie Mike.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
I'm going to sign off and collect some information for this destination. I'll sign back in. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Just report when you're back with the I-4. And how long do you think it'll be? It's not going to be more than an hour, is it?
No. I have to file and get some charts and plates.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'll still be here, so it shouldn't be a problem. And we'll look for your flight plan to come through. And we should learn stuff.
Las Vegas Tower Plus 465 is unusual, 1 on the right, 4,500.
Plus 4658 Las Vegas Tower, runway 19 right, clear to land, wind 1807.
Clear to land, 1 on the right, 465.
Plus 658 exit right, taxi into the ramp via hotel, remain on this frequency today.
Exit right, ramp via hotel, land frequency 58, 465.
Beach ground, number 95 for Whiskey Alpha's Piper Comanche PH4/Alpha. Taxi be active, VFR east departure with the weather.
Calling Long Beach ground, need you to verify your call sign, please.
Sorry about that, 916 Whiskey Alpha, November 916 Whiskey Alpha.
Comanche 9016 Whiskey Alpha, Long Beach ground, roger. And just confirm VFR eastbound.
Eastbound and the east ramp just south of runway 25.
Comanche 9016 Whiskey Alpha, roger, runway 26 right, taxi via Kilo.
Okay, 25 right via Kilo, 916 Whiskey Alpha. Long Beach Tower, November 916 Whiskey Alpha, holding short of 25 right Kilo, ready for departure via Fargo East.
Number 916 Whiskey Alpha, Long Beach Tower, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff, right downwind departure approved.
Clear for takeoff 25 right downwind departure 6 Whiskey Alpha.
Good day, Palm Springs, ground scanning Hotel Tango, East Ramp, India, close traffic, runway 31 right.
Papa Hotel Tango, do you mind? Palm Springs ground, say again aircraft type.
For a Cessna Skyhawk.
Skylane Tango, do you mind? Thank you, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo and Bravo.
Echo and Bravo, 31 right, Papa Hotel Tango.
We're center 791 Juliet, towards ground left clear.
Okay, Skyhawk 791 Juliet, we see there's no clearance delivery with this field, so would we get our departure instructions with tower or with ground?
Always go with the lowest, so we'll start with ground, just say your intentions.
Okay, Skyhawk 791 Juliet, type Cessna 172 on the south hangars with the numbers requesting VFR advisories to
Number 791 Juliet, roger, departure frequency 134.9er, squawk 2061.
1249, that's 2061, squawk 791 Juliet.
Got 991 Juliet, read back is correct, are you ready to taxi now?
In a couple of minutes, just gotta go engine started. It's Skyhawk 791 Juliet, south hangars, now ready for taxi.
Skyhawk 791 Juliet, roger, runway 29 right, taxi via hotel, correction, taxi via Alpha in Juliet.
29 right, taxi via Alpha and Juliet, Skyhawk 791 Juliet.
Palm Springs Tower, scanning Papa Hotel Tango, Mike is holding short runway 31 right, Bravo, and ready for departure, close traffic.
Hey guys, welcome! Another episode. We're gonna do some soft field, or actually dirt field, takeoffs and landings, which I haven't done before. I suddenly noticed yesterday evening. I thought, well, it might be a nice activity for a Tuesday to practice soft field takeoffs and soft field landings. So we are currently at the Salton Sea, so in the Palm Springs South area, and we're just going to make it a technical flight today. We're just going to practice a few hours long just to get a hang of how to deal with soft fields, which I think is really, really interesting. Even though we don't have a grass runway here, it's just a dirt runway, the same rules apply. Kimo, welcome. Hey, congrats on the Cat 10. Thank you so much. Yeah, best for the Cat 10 yesterday. So 1 Cat rating to go, and then I have my virtual PPL rating. And Lex, say, question, why is the Dutch flag in the intro stream upside down? I guess you mean the flag there waving at the T there at the end. Well, it is actually a Dutch flag, but I just changed the colors there. So it mimics actually the color of... accidentally or incidentally, the color of X-Plane, which is the bluish kind of color at the top, and the yellow is my own color of the Uncertified Pilot, and so it's kind of like representing X-Plane and Uncertified Pilot, so that's why. Isabella, thanks for the follow as well. Good to see you here on the stream. Guys, we are currently at the Salton Sea. Let's get going. You can see, yeah, quite abandoned. As you see, not a lot of stuff going on here. I only saw just one windsock over there. And that's about it. No taxiways or what you can see of the photo reel here. There's just a very simple ramp over here. So I parked my my cute little Cessna over there. And we'll just do some very basic traffic patterns here. Very, very excited about that and to see if I can handle doing all the adjustments that I needed to do. For example, keeping your yoke aft, also taking off with flaps, not doing a run-up, or always keep on a roll when you're taxiing and going on to your takeoff roll, because once you stop, you might hit your nose wheel might get stuck in the dirt or in the grass, and then you need a lot of power, or even it's impossible to get going again. So that's why you always need to keep rolling. Now, that kind of stuff, I think that's fun, and we're going to practice with that today. So that's about it. Let me show you the map here. So Salton Sea is over here, and as you can see by the circle depiction, that means that we got a grass or dirt, actually a non-hard runway. A non-hard surfaced runway. So that's cool. Never been to Salton Sea before. As you can see, there's not a lot of stuff going on here, but I think it's cool nonetheless. And we've got another dirt runway just a mile further on, or a few miles further on. And that's Ocotillo on the same CTAF frequency. That's quite usual, and also important to realize that CTAF frequency can be shared among local airports. And why is that important? Well, if you do your position reports while you're in the traffic pattern, the guys on the other airport also hear your report. So if you don't include your position reports, like saying, hey, or for example, starting your announcement with Salton Sea traffic or Ocotillo traffic, then the pilots do not know on what airport you are at. Also, it works the other way around. You don't know where the other pilots are at, and that can be very, very confusing and potentially dangerous. So that is why you always need to make sure that you include at the beginning, but also at the end, the airport that you're flying at. So Salton Sea traffic, blah, 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 Salton Sea. So 1 to 2.9, so that's very basic as well. We got a right pattern for runway 7. Yeah, I don't like the fact that I don't see center lines here, so perhaps I can make them appear by just, yeah, power of ForeFlight. Ocotillo. So 07 to 5, we can listen perhaps to the ADIS or AWAS of Borrego Valley and have a listen what the winds are doing. Also, we can look at the windsock here, as we just did, and as you can see, we got about a 3 to 4 knot wind there coming from the north. And that's quite usual actually for the Palm Springs area. Also, I noticed that there's also some other traffic here, some AI traffic. There are 2 helicopters. For those who've been hanging out here, hey Jessica, good morning, good to see you here on the stream, welcome. For those who've been hanging out here during the intro, as I did, I just saw 2 helicopters here flying in formation around the Salton Sea area. So we need to watch out. As always, we need to watch out for other traffic. But there are particularly two helicopters here flying around, which is very, very cool. But there's also a lot of stuff, other stuff that we need to tackle first, or tick off, I should say, because first, as you can see here, although we've got a lot of Echo airspace, we also got a MOA, and several MOAs, also a restricted area to the south. So let's have a look at those. Hey Hoon, good to see you as well. Welcome on the stream. So first, the Kane West MOA. Now, as always in a MOA, we're free to fly in a MOA, even though it is not recommended to do so, because likely military air traffic is flying over there. So usually it's very good to fly with fly following or just avoid the MOA, but we are legal to cross a MOA. Still, let's have a look. MOA, Kane West MOA, I don't know if you guys can read, but it starts at 10,000 feet up to 18,000. So we are totally in the clear here. Let's look at the other. Oh, there's also another aircraft flying, by the way, guys. Look. That's a Mooney or something. Is it taxiing or is it flying? I guess it's taxiing. Yep, it is. Okay, so we got helicopters, another flight activity. That's so cool about PilotEdge that it also generates this AI traffic. What is it going to do there? Okay. It's not going to use the full runway, I guess. Interesting. The Kane East MOA also starts at 10,000 up to 18,000, so we're also in the clear on that front. And then the restricted area. Well, a restricted area, as the name already suggests, is restricted for us. But sometimes it's only restricted in the weekend, sometimes only on work days. So it's always good to check. And as you can see here, 2510 Alpha. From the surface up to 15,000 feet and local time daily. So that's something that we need to avoid. So even though we can fully explore this area in Echo airspace, we shouldn't venture out too much to the south because we're not allowed to fly into that restricted area. And there's also another one further south of that one. Also starts from surface up to 15,000. Okay, but I have no plans to go to the south. It might be fun just to also overfly the Salton Sea and explore that area, because it's just a lovely area here on the Palm Springs. At least that's what I think. But first we're just going to do traffic patterns on the dirt runway, soft field runway. And we can also hop over to Ocotillo and enter the traffic pattern there and have some fun with those soft field takeoffs and landings. We can even visit Borrego if we like. So we've got a lot of options today. So let's get into the cockpit. So there we are. And as you can see, we're already a little bit tilted there on the ground. We don't have paved taxiways and that stuff. So that means that when we are about to taxi, we like to relieve as much pressure from our nose wheel, because the nose wheel is actually also the weakest element of our wheels, but also it can dig itself into the dirt and then we're stuck, and you can even damage your airplane. So as soon as we're trying to taxi, we like to relieve that pressure as much as possible from the nose wheel. And also for the takeoff, we like to be in the air as soon as practical. So a flap setting, it's actually kind of like a short field takeoff in a way. But what's cool is that you actually like to get the nose elevated sooner than your rotation speed. So you're actually like a cowboy almost with your nose up. You're gonna do that takeoff roll until finally you get enough lift there so you can stay into ground effect and then take off. So there's a lot of stuff going on there that which is actually a bit more complex than I initially thought, which is very cool. Okay, so here we are. There's the other airplane over to the left. And we've got some winds on the tail. Okay. Door closed. Let me also fasten my seatbelts. In the real world, you should actually fasten your seatbelts first, because otherwise the door's closed. You cannot so easily. Cold and dark check. Let me see. Park and brakes are set. Live vest, let's pretend that they are there. And the fire extinguisher in the green. Door is closed. LT is set to auto. Flaps are up. This stuff we're going to ignore. And the flaps are actually up. That's good. My mixture is working. My throttle is working. My trim wheel is working. Fuel tank set to both. Fuel cutoff is in. Alternate is in. That stuff we're going to check soon. Circuit breakers nicely tucked in. Also here. Good. Switch panel is working. And the beacon light switch is flipped on. That's good as well. Batteries on. We've got enough fuel. Avionics displays are working. That's good. The only thing that I'm noticing here is that my transponder code is still set to 3400, which should be VFR. Whoa, that's nice. Okay, then I would like to check my flaps because we're not going to do a walk around here. Jessica, just to start a flight myself in the Cessna 206. Great, that's also an awesome airplane, Jessica. Have fun. Flaps down. Let me see. Are they down? They are down. Flaps up. Good. That's working as well. Again, displays are working. I'm going to set those soon. We only need a COM radio here for the CTEF, so not a lot of stuff going on here in comparison to yesterday with the Cat 10. But I do like to listen to the ATIS before we go. An unshader panel seems to be working as well. Heading indicator is syncing, and this stuff is all fine. Good. Avionics on. Also like to do a flight control test. I forgot about that as well yesterday. Good. It's correct. Up, down. Also like to see whether the trim is working. And it is. And my rudders work as well. Good. Then fuel pump on. 1, 2, 3. Cut off. Fuel pump off. Throttle a bit in. Again, parking brakes are set. Fuel tank set to both. Elevator trim is set neutral. No one is walking around, so clear prop. Mixture full in. Magneto's back to both. 1200 RPM. Oil pressure is already in the green within 30 seconds. Good. Generator on. Rise on the ammeter. Good. Avionics on, and we can lean for ground. We should see a dip in the RPM, but we don't here with the stock, so let's pretend that we just saw a dip and then reset to 1000. And there we are. We can allow the engine to warm up. It's already getting a bit warmer. Good. Then we can set our frequencies. Thanks, Jessica. Okay. 1 to 2.9 was it? 1 to 2.9. Come on, 1 to 2.9. That's the CDAF, and that's now set in the active. But I would also like to listen to a AWAS, to some kind of weather here nearby. And Barico seems to be an obvious choice here. 126.575. Column 2. 126.57. Good. Switch to the active of COM 2. Let's have a listen.
Borrego Valley weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10.
Good.
Sky clear.
Good.
Temperature 28. Dew point -10. Altimeter 2977.
77. And no weather code, obviously, because we got a non-towered airport. 77, she said. Well, that's already nicely set. Oh, I think. Yeah. Okay, good. So that means that we set our frequencies. That's good. We got our map here. We got runway 7. Winds are variable. If I look at that windsock, there's the helicopter, by the way, as you can see, guys. Look at the windsock. Well, it doesn't really favor one direction of the runway. I do notice that the Piper or the Mooney or Bonanza or whatever it was taking off here to the right. So it was taking runway 25. And that seems to be our preference therefore as well, because I don't like to run into that other aircraft. So let's taxi to the left here, and then take runway 25. Also thinking about why the Bonanza was using the runway to taxi back, I guess, to 25 and take off. And I guess that's because the runway is perhaps a little bit more hard surfaced than the dirt around the runway. That makes sense. So what we could do is back taxi runway 25 while still giving back pressure there on the yoke. That seems to make sense. At the same time though, okay, yeah, you can see the other two helicopters, or they have joined together. Interesting. What did I just say? Back taxi. Yeah, I need to look out for that other traffic there for the Bonanza or the Piper, because it might be in a traffic pattern or somewhere around and might land on the runway. So we need to be very, very aware of what's going on. And at the same time though, I know that those helicopters will fly away as well. I don't know how realistic xEnviro is, but the downwash of a helicopter is really, 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 really significant for a Cessna Skyhawk. There's a lot of air being pushed down on the ground, and it creates all kinds of vortices that can just go under our wing and can top us over, and that actually happens also in the real world. And I know with Active Sky Next in P3D that is actually simulated, but here in X-Plane I do not know. But let's just be as realistic as possible and be very, very aware of what's going on there. Okay, so we're gonna taxi, guys. That means that as soon as we're gonna taxi, we need to keep running. We need to keep rolling, because as soon as we stop, we might hit a ditch or get stuck in a ditch, and as long as we keep some momentum, we prevent that from happening. So that's first, and I need to pull on the yoke, and we got a tailwind, so that means that we need to correct for winds as well. I'm going to set this one for runway 25, because we're going to fly traffic pattern first. 25 it is. Again, it's in sync. And the winds are coming from 3-3-ish, if I look at the windsock. Okay. Okay. So, parking brakes released. I do like to test my brakes, even though that still prevents me from rolling. Yeah, that's working. And as you can see, a lot of power is needed to get this roll going. I see some traffic there in the distance. Helicopters are still there. Man, it looks like I'm floating on a lake or something like that. Okay, there we go. Pulling on the yoke here to relieve that nose wheel pressure. Okay, there we go. Winds are now coming from my left, so also left correction here. Ah, that's much better, as you can see. Using the runway here. Man, I need about 1700 RPM here to get a roll going. Now, runway 25 was used by the Bonanza or the Mooney or whatever it was before. So, if it's still going to use 25, we might see him arrive here. Perhaps it would also be good to announce that we are back taxiing runway 25. Southern Sea traffic, Skyhawk, Papa Hotel Tango Any Mike is back taxiing runway 25 for a departure closed traffic 25. Southern Sea. Could have said there yellow Skyhawk, as I mentioned in previous streams as well, because Papa Hotel Tango Any Mike doesn't make sense at all. Man, I'm now full deflected. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that was good. That was a tail strike almost. Or perhaps it was. Ah, the helicopters. That what was happening, I guess. I was being blown to the left. So I was giving full right rudder pedals there. And that was because the wind, the downwash, I had a tail wind there from the downwash of the helicopters. Okay, keep a roll going. That was interesting. And also that's something that you need to look out for. As soon as you, and you will see that in just a sec when we're gonna get some speed going. With my aft yoke here, we don't want to get a tail strike, that we go up much too soon and hit our tail hit the ground with our tail. Okay, trim is set. We cannot do a run up because we need to keep that roll going. Landing light on, strobe light on, so slow full power so we can check whether the engine is working fine. Aft, and well, we now need to use the other correction because now the winds are coming from the right. So, okay, let's have a go, guys. Southern Sea traffic, yellow Skyhawk is taking off runway 25 for left close traffic. Southern Sea traffic. Thanks for the follow, Stabber. Thanks. Welcome on board. There we go. Okay, so, whoa, okay, there goes the nose wheel. So I'm relieving that yoke pressure there. So only the nose wheel is up right now. That's hard. And we are already in ground effect. So keeping my airplane now in ground effect. So low, there we go. Until VX, something like here. And now we're gonna take off. Watch that speed, watch that speed. Good. One flap up incrementally. That's true, Mike Zulu. My gosh. taxiing in dirt and X-plane is something like a bummer. Nose down trim. Alright, there we go. So, that was our departure. Now the standard traffic pattern applies. But when we're gonna land, we need full flaps and the stall horn to sound before we touch down. We want to be on our tail or on our back wheels. Sun and sea traffic, yellow Skyhawk is turning left crosswind, runway 25. Sun sea. Hey Avanek, good to see you. How are you doing? So this is our turn here. That's our crosswind. And there is our traffic pattern altitudes. Again, keep the speed going. Sun and sea traffic, yellow Skyhawk is turning left downwind for runway 25. Sun sea. 100 knots is okay-ish. Also should remember to give some left pedals there while I'm turning, and now some right, because I'm forgetting about that. Good. There we are. There's the runway. So we need full flap landing here, and on our main wheels, that's where we need to touch down. Genuine a few. Good, Avanek. You're so welcome. Doing great. Busy few weeks, but finally some time to fly again. Yeah, I was looking forward to you flying. And your next episode on the flight school. Okay. 1 notch of flaps. So I would like to hear the stall horn warning. And again, once I touch down, I should actually put in a little bit more power to, again, keep the nose wheel up and very gradually allow it to get down onto the runway. But this because the same rule applies. I don't want to get my nose wheel stuck in the runway there, in the dirt. Hey Matt, good to see you. Watching at work, that's nice. A little bit too slow there. I'd like to be 80 plus, and again we could already start to descend a bit. Now the winds are coming from 3-3, and as you can see we're being pushed now to the right, so we're already far away from the runway. So I needed to crab, right? It's all about a ground track, rectangular ground track for the traffic pattern. Sun and sea traffic, yellow Skyhawk is turning left base, runway 25, close traffic. Sun and sea. Okay. So I'm, those subtleties I'm forgetting, which is not good. But that's what this afternoon is all about. In the white band, second notch of flaps. There's the runway. Center my view here, good. A little bit down. There's the runway. Full flaps I'm gonna set while I'm on the final leg. Okay, there we are. Sun and sea traffic. Yellow Skyhawk is turning final runway 25, close traffic. Sun and sea. Watch out for that speed. Making turns in slow flight is dangerous. There we are. Second notch of flaps, or the third notch of flaps, I should say. Hear the rambling of the flaps, that's cool. Goes down trim. Relieving that yoke pressure. Okay, so I would like to hear the stall warning here and not just push my nose down as soon as I touch down, but keep the nose up. Retract the flaps to 10 degrees, I guess, and continue our flights. Okay, so slower. Let's see if I can manage. Show a little bit shallow here. Watch out for that stall speed, a little bit more power. I can keep my power a little bit in so I can... I heard it. Oh, and I already touched down with the nose. Oh, this is harder than I thought. 10 degrees of flaps, still pushing on that yoke. Now relieving that yoke pressure a bit, so to keep that nose up, which is so sensitive, almost impossible to do. And there we are. Staying ground effect. Speed up to VX or VY. And there we go again. Man, that's hard. Okay. Flaps up. There we go again, guys. Man, Hoon, that's not correct. This is Kilo Sierra Alpha Sierra. Salton Sea. But we're gonna go to Lima 90 as well. So you can see it on the top there of my stream. Okay. Up again. Also need to be aware of other traffic here. Those helicopters and stuff. Avanek is going to join also soon. So Salton Sea traffic. Yellow Skyhawk is turning left crosswind 25. Close traffic. Salton Sea. Nice pedal there. Only need pedals in the turn, not once you have turned. Right pedals, and there we are. Allow that airspeed to increase. Salton Sea traffic turning left downwind 25, close traffic Salton Sea. So now we're gonna overturn this leg so that we're a little bit crabbed into the wind and we stay on that right ground track. So something like this. And that would keep us still on that proper ground track. Okay, a little bit more nose up trim here. We're already below, slower than 100 knots, so we can already set that first notch of flaps. There we go. Same drill. So I hear very faintly on the background, I hear the stall horn sound, which is good, but it could be more full on. So I can even go a little bit more slow. And yeah, the yoke is so sensitive. It's actually a little bit unrealistically sensitive in slow speed, because in the real world you need to deflect your yoke in a much more significant extreme way to get the same kind of deflection or behavior in the aircraft when you're in a high speed setting. But here in X-Plane that doesn't make any difference. So even when you're going slow, just a subtle yoke deflection here leads to a very significant turn, and that makes it a lot harder to dance on your main wheels while keeping your nose wheel up from the runway. Alright. Oh, need to be crabbed into the wind. I'm already on the exact downwind heading, which is not good. This is much better. Alright, keep that descent going now. Miniwebs, you're totally right. And good to see you, by the way, on the stream. MTR's on the west side, wasn't it? I noticed it on the map earlier, but... Salton Sea traffic, turning left base for runway 25, close traffic, Salton Sea. Alright, our speed is not ready for that second notch of flaps. There's our base, there's our runway. Speed is now in the white band, second notch of flaps. Nice. Salton Sea traffic, yellow Skyhawk is on final runway 25, close traffic. Salton Sea. Bit too high. I'm idle right now. Full flaps. Okay, there we go again. Yeah, bit crap to the right there, because the winds are coming from 3-3. Bit nose up trim there. Yeah, so we're a bit crap to the right, as you can see. So we need to make a forward slip landing as well. Because we cannot land in a crap position, because that would damage the wheels, obviously. Our nose should be aligned with the runway as well. Otherwise we skid over the runway. Okay, a little bit more power. That's good, that's good, that's good. Keep that power in, Tim. That power in. Very good, very good. So a little bit of left pedals, a little bit of right aileron, a little bit of right aileron. That was better. Still my nose is up. Well, this is too sensitive for me. With the yoke, it's just millimeters that you need to. That was not good. I retracted all my flaps. There we go. Keep in ground effects. Stay in ground effect, I mean. VY. And take off. Man, this is hard, but so much fun. And up again. Let's lean for VY. That's a bit too much nose up. There we go. Thank you, Oddbot, and welcome on the stream. Still felt a little bit out of control, so let's try again. And then we're also going to fly to Lima 90, but we'll just wait until Avanek joins the stream as well. Thank you, Hoon. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, so the winds are now also, again, coming from 3-3, so we need to be crabbed a little bit more to the right, which I was not doing. 2 minutes, Roger. There we are. Solid sea traffic, yellow Skyhawk is turning left crosswind, runway 25. Close traffic, solid sea. It's so nice to fly traffic patterns, even on a non-towered airport. Never gets boring. I see traffic there in front of me on my 11 o'clock. Nose down. Less power. Alright. I think that is the Bonanza or the Mooney or whatever it is that's going to join us. So let's be aware of that. Salton Sea traffic. As yellow Skyhawk is turning left downwind runway 25 for close traffic. Salton Sea. Alright, overturning here. To remain crabbed. I've extended my crosswind leg there a bit, so we're a little farther away from the runway, but that's fine. Let's see what that traffic does over there. I think it's coming in. I think it's flying in between Barigo and Salton Sea. And I think it's going to make that turn. Hey Brendan, good to see you. Finally caught you on stream. Well, good to see you. Welcome on board, man. Got my summer break going, so a lot of time to fly, which is so cool. What is that aircraft doing? Can we still sneak in between? And again, this is Nordo traffic. In the real world, I would expect that guy to transmit on the CDEV as well, announcing his intentions. But now I need to guess, and it's making its turn. My guess is that it's going to land on Salton Sea. So what I'm going to do is going a bit to the right here and sneak behind him. Salton Sea traffic, yellow Skyhawk is now on the downwind. We're going to sneak behind the other aircraft now, turning to final. We're number 2 for runway 25. We'll stay close traffic. Salton Sea. It's clearly descending there. I don't know if you guys can see. It's far away, but there it is. First notch of flaps. Also, it might go for a full stop. Thanks for the follow, F. Thanks. Welcome aboard, the uncertified pilot. So, even though I can just sneak behind him like this, if he goes for a full stop, he will need the runway for a bit longer, and I cannot land and need to go around, which is not a problem at all in this case, but it is something on my mind right now. Salton Sea traffic, yellow Skyhawk is turning left base runway 25, number 2. We'll stay closed traffic. Salton Sea. And that will be much more, well, I guess much more easy when Avanek just is going to join the stream soon, because he will be on PilotEdge and will be announcing. Second notch of flaps there. So we can coordinate our traffic pattern flow much better. Where's the runway? All the way over there. I can see some other traffic there as well. Those are the helicopters, I guess, so it's going to get busy. Also, the helicopters, again, we got that downwash of the helicopters. And, well, you notice what happened just before I did my first takeoff roll. I was being pushed away from the runway. And that is very dangerous, especially on the takeoff roll when we're in a bit higher speed there. So, this is going to get exciting. Yes, Odd, it's photo real. It's photo real. Alright. Salton Sea traffic. Yellow Skyhawk is now on final number 2. Runway 25 will stay close traffic. Salton Sea. And I guess that traffic is not flying the real photoreal runway because it's landed on the taxiway, looks like. Second, third notch of flaps. Okay, let's focus on our landing again, guys. So, slow. I want to hear that stall horn before I touch down. I want to stall onto the runway. That's the mission. And I didn't succeed so far. Yeah, Avanek, I can tell you. Are you already there? Let me see if I can spot you. I think that's Avanek. Yeah, so that's a bit weird. That AI traffic is doing a lot of stuff. Let me see. Nice and slow. A little bit more nose up trim here. So I will keep my power in so I don't slam my nose wheel on the ground as soon as we touch down. I did so in the previous 2 runs and I won't this time around. Good, this is stabilized. Let's go a little bit slower even. Our stalling speed is around the 40, I guess. So let's level off. Okay, let's see if we can hit that stall warning, guys. Yeah, I heard it. And now it's hard to keep my nose up. There it goes. Oh, not too much, not too much, not too much. Ground effect already, I think. Yep. Keep in ground effects. Wave to Avanek. Avanek, bye. See you soon in the traffic pattern. That's VY and up. That was better. It was better. Not too much up. There goes the airspeed. So push that nose down and flaps up. And there we go. Oh, now you're using a 32-inch monitor. No.
So to see traffic, you've got a Skyhawk for backtracking on the runway to runway 25. We're going to do some traffic patterns around here.
Ah, that's Avanek.
South to sea.
Southern Sea traffic, yellow sky is now on the upwind. Thank you for that last call. Southern Sea. Or something like that so that the pilot knows that I know. 80, that's our turn. Southern Sea traffic, yellow sky is turning left, crosswind 25 for close traffic, Southern Sea. There goes the heading bug, nice speed. And turn. And that's our traffic pattern altitudes. Less power, no one is there on the downwind, so let's make that turn. Left pedals. It's so nice to fly traffic patterns. Overshoot that turn because we got winds from the north. So something like this. Good. Goes down. Trim there. Good. Okay, so Avanek, I can see him. He is now already on the start of the runway. Oh, no, not really. The AI traffic is there. That's going to be interesting. So I guess we need to extend our downwind a bit to give for those guys some time. I forget whether I also announced my downwind leg here, but oh yeah, Avanek is now parked on the runway and he's about to get going. No, Hoon, I'm using I think a 21-inch or something like that. No, that's not true. No, that's not true. I think a 25 or 26, something like that. It's not a super duper display, but good enough for me to fly here. Okay, Avanek is still on the runway. That AI traffic is now gone. Southern Sea traffic, yellow sky is extending our downwind. We're number 2 for the runway. Southern Sea. So that Avanek knows that.
And Southern Sea traffic, you've got Skyhawk, we're taking off runway 25, left traffic for close pattern, Southern Sea.
Alright. Give Avanek some time there. In the meanwhile, 1 Archer flaps. Already 300 feet above our traffic pattern altitude, which is not nice. Yeah, that other traffic is annoying, Avanek. I totally agree. Solid sea traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is turning left base, runway 25 for close traffic, Solid sea. And also guys, this is also proof that the CTAP works outside of the PilotEdge times when the ATC controllers are live. Alright, making a turn now. Solid sea traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is turning left, final runway 25, close traffic, Solid sea. Should have already put in another notch of flaps. Let's do so right now. We're in the white band, we're a bit too high.
Salta Sea traffic, Skyhawk turning left crosswind for runway 25 for touch and go. Salta Sea.
Good. Alright, so I see 2 helicopters, I think. Yep, they're coming our way. Nice. Avanek is on the crosswind. We got traffic over there, we got traffic over there. 1 additional flap, so we're now full flap.
Salta Sea traffic,
Thanks
Skyhawk
for
turning
the
left
follow,
downwind for
Milieu.
runway 25, touch and go, Salta Sea.
Thanks. So Avanek is now on the downwind. He might spot those helicopters. Too high. Come on, Tim. Descend a bit. Helicopters. Again, I'm being pushed away to the left because winds are coming from the north. So I'm not paying attention. Trading altitude for some airspeed. Okay. So what I'm also going to announce right now on this T-tab, because we got another guy on in the pattern, is also my upwind leg, so that Avanek knows as soon as I'm clear of the runway so he can land. Alright, again, keep my power in. Keep my power in. Still a little bit crap to the left, so left pedals. Keep that nose up a bit. Still 10 notch of flaps. Oh yeah, this is too sensitive, guys. It is so subtle.
Salta Sea traffic,
In
Skyhawk
ground
turning
effect.
left base, runway 25, touch and go, Salta Sea.
Solid sea traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is on the upwind 25. Will remain in the pattern. Solid sea. There we go. VY. Relieve or retract that flap. There we go. Right, stay a little bit there to the right. Crab into the wind. Jono. Yeah, this is the Salton Sea Airport.
Salta Sea traffic, Skyhawk turning final runway 25, touch and go, Salta Sea.
Salton Sea traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now turning left crosswind 25, close traffic, Salton Sea. That's our turn. Heading back to the right. Okay. So what I would like to do now is make a final landing here. Or final landing, just one more landing. And then head over to that Ocapatillo, or what was it called? Let me have a look on the sectional in just a sec. Salton Sea traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is turning left downwind 25. Salton Sea. Alright. Overshoot that turn. So we're crabbed in the wind. Can we spot Avanek? Perhaps he's already on the upwind, I don't know. I don't see him. But what I would like to do next is to go to Ocotillo. It's also a dirt runway, so that might be interesting. Again, 1 notch of flaps, keep crowding to the wind. Nose down, Tim. Again, we're 200 or 300 feet above traffic pattern. It's not necessary. Where is Avanek? I don't see him. I don't know
South
where he
Sea
is.
traffic, Skyhawk turning left crosswind, runway
Left
25,
crosswind,
touch and
yeah.
go, South Sea.
So you can see if you don't include that upwind announcement, it's a little bit harder for the others in the pattern to know exactly where you are. So that's why including an upwind announcement is useful. Okay, we're still too high. Also in terms of traffic pattern altitude, but also in terms of our approach here. So let's get that descent going. Solent Sea traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is turning left base runway 25, Solent Sea.
South Sea traffic, Skyhawk turning left downwind, runway 25, touch and go, South Sea.
Alright. There we go. Already overshot that runway. Left pedals. Solent Sea traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is turning left final runway 25, Solent Sea. Alright. Nose up trim. Thanks for the follow, Dumco. Thanks. Alright. NZ Aviation, left final, that's new. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really make that much sense to say left final. I just want to emphasize the fact that I'm coming from the left, so I'm making a left pattern. So it's a bit silly, but well, just some additional information. And it's also that I'm, not that I'm on the left final, I said turning left for final. Okay, again. Keep some speed in here. Again, stabilized approach is everything for a smooth touchdown. So let's hope that that will happen right now. Seem to have a little bit less of a strong wind. That's good. Thanks for the follow. I will acknowledge you in just a sec. Okay, nose up. Keep that power in. Keep that power in. Yeah, it was okay-ish, but I didn't hear the stall warn at all.
South Sea traffic, Skyhawk turning left base, runway 25, touch and go, South Sea.
Nose spit up, relieve that nose wheel. There we go, keeping ground effects. Stay close to the ground so we pick up some speed faster. And then VI. Good. Solent Sea traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now on the upwind runway 25. We're going to leave the traffic pattern area to the west. We're going to visit Ocotillo. It's just 3 miles west there. Solent Sea.
And South Sea traffic, Skyhawk turning final, runway 25, touch and go, South Sea.
Okay, so there we go. VY, good. We're in the climb. And Ionisi, thanks for the follow. Welcome on the stream, man. Okay, so there we are. Let's make that turn to the left. And let's go for Ocotillo. It's on the same CTAF. So whether you're flying on Ocotillo or on Solent Sea, you have heard our radio calls. Solent Sea traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now leaving the traffic pattern area to the southwest, currently at 900 feet up to 1200, Solent Sea. Okay. Let's see if we can find it. So one thing is there's a road, right? So we can fly a bit to the south, perhaps, and look for that road and follow that road, because that would turn us all the way down to Ocotillo. And I'd like to overfly the field first to see if it's even there, and then to inspect the windsock and the condition of the runway and that stuff. Lol, it's A Jones E, but people can call me AJ if that's easier for you. Well, AJ, welcome on the stream. Juno, thanks for the follow. Okay, so south, looking for that road. Keep my landing lights on because we're so close to the other airports. Let's see. Also leaner mixture for this short trip, so EGT is now rising, that's good. A little bit nose up trim. Guys, even in photoreal, as I said many times before, the desert looks gorgeous. It's so cool.
South to sea traffic, Skyhawk, we're on the upwind, runway 25. We're going to leave the pattern to the southwest, following the other traffic to
nice.
The southwest, South to sea.
Nice, nice, nice. So, where is that road? I would expect it kind of about now, but I don't see it. And obviously I could just use my GPS, but I won't. We're descending a bit, so a little bit nose up trim. Oh, perhaps it's over here. I see it very faintly. Yeah, there it is. There's a truck going. Good, that's the road. So that means if we follow that road to the right, that might lead us right away to Ocotillo. And that means that we are about, well, 8 miles from Ocotillo, and we can do that announcement, and we're going to overfly and pick a runway. Ocotillo traffic, yellow Skyhawk is 7 mile-ish east of the airport, currently at 1,100. We're going to overfly the field from the east to pick a runway to land on Ocotillo. Which is kind of like a weird announcement, but anyone on that field would know what we're up to. Alrightish. There's the road. And let's follow that road. And on what side can we expect the field? On the right side. North side, okay. And again, I spot that we've got some gyro drift. We're 16 and here we're 7. 16. Alright, let's make that turn. And here's the road. And I can see a bend farther ahead, also some terrain. And that bend is going to the right. Yeah, that makes sense. So a little bit further down the road, we should expect to see Ocotillo. Watch out for the MTR. That is true. Where was that MTR? Oh yeah, good one, mini webs. So we've got an MTR IR217, and that's a 3-digit number. So that means that flying military aircraft is flying actually above 1,500 feet AGL. So as long as we stay low, we're just fine. But it's always good to be aware of that. Thanks, mini webs. Can we see Avanek? Because he is following us. Perhaps he will do a position report also soon. Casual Tuesday flying, guys. It's so much fun. Ah! The traffic there, 2 o'clock, far away. Over there. You guys can see? I guess not. Sorry. Yep, mini webs, that's true. Okay, there's the bend, so I would expect the field. Ah! And there it is. have the airport in sight. Good. See some traffic there on the runway, and it's flying northbound. So that means that the active runway is runway 31. And 31 is right pattern. That makes sense. So we're going to enter the downwind leg there. Occotillo traffic, yellow Skyhawk is now 5 miles east of the airport, currently at 1200 feet. We're going to enter the right downwind for runway 31 for close traffic, Occotillo. And that's why it's always important to also listen to GTF to know what runway is used, or to overfly the field or get near to the field to know what the AI traffic is doing, so you can align yourself and squeeze yourself into that pattern flow. So we can set our heading bug just as a visual aid. 3-1 right. We're now indicated 3-0-0, and that's in line with our compass. Good. Our field here is 160, so that means that around 1200 feet that would be our traffic pattern. So let's descend a bit. We're already below 100 knots. Mixture full in. Lights are on. Rocker brakes released, and that kind of stuffish. So we're ready to go. I think that's the damn Learjet. Oh man, that thing is indeed a damn kind of thing on Borrego. It's flying so fast. And it is flying to a dirt runway. It's now parked, I can see. Okay. So as you can see, perhaps the runway is over there. 3-1 is on that side. So I'm going to fly like so, enter the 45-degree downwind, and then bum, bum, bum. And the traffic there is taxiing. Wind is indeed coming from the north, which is as expected. We're getting near our traffic pattern altitude. We could have also entered on the base, obviously, but it's always better to standard also procedure to enter on the downwind, because you have a little bit more time to inspect what's going on in the pattern. It doesn't seem like a Learjet to me, though. It's not going that fast, but I'll have to see. Okay, let's make that turn already a bit. Mini-webs, I had the same happening to me. Occotillo traffic, yellow Skyhawk is now turning on the 45-degree right downwind runway 31 for close traffic. Occotillo. Alright, 1 notch of flaps. Again, same drill. We got a dirt runway, so full flap landing with a little bit of power in.
Occotillo traffic, Skyhawk is about 3 miles to the east. Going to join the left downwind for runway 13 for a few touchy goes. Occotillo traffic.
Good, so Avanek is also nearby. The only thing that he didn't include in his announcement is whether he has spotted me as well. So it might be that he's completely oblivious of me, which I don't expect. But it's always good to announce that. And perhaps I could have done the same, saying I'm number 1. And thanks for the follow, Red Tornado. Thanks. So let's do that. We're not really on the 45-degree, by the way, but anyways. Occotillo traffic, yellow Skyhawk is now turning on the right downwind for runway 3... what was it? 3-1. And we're going to stay in close traffic. We're now number 1. Occotillo. Okay. There we go. We're a little bit below traffic pattern altitude, but that's okay because we're already past our midpoint on downwind. But I would like to descend even a little bit more faster. I see traffic over there, and that's Avanek pointing right towards us. There he goes. Occotillo traffic, yellow Skyhawk is now turning right base, runway 31 for close traffic. 31. go, another flap. How close are we at the runway? Well, we have some time. Good. A little bit more power here because I'm nose up. That speed can leave you in just a fraction of a second, and that's dangerous. Retonator, hi.
Just traffic, Skyhawk. We're going to stay above the pattern altitude for a moment, looking for the traffic, Ocotillo.
All right, so we've got all the time. Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now on final runway 31 for touch and goes. We'll stay in the right pattern. Ocotillo. Retonator, just found out your channel website, also Dutch, and at the same spot as where you started. Want to start a virtual PPL myself. Really cool. Good, man. Welcome on the stream. Welcome on the channel. Hope I can inspire you a bit to use flight simulation to prep for your actual flight training. And I can tell you, you can. You really can use flight simulation to do that. Full flaps. Alright, there goes the speed. Can go much slower than before. I'd like to hear that stall horn. At the same time, keep some power
Ocotillo
in.
traffic, Skyhawk. We're going to join the right downwind for runway 31 on a 45 entry for a few touch and goes, Ocotillo.
That was nice. Keep my nose up, keep my nose up, keep my nose up. 10 degrees of flaps. Still, I'm keeping my yoke aft, but not too much. There we are in ground effect. Nose down. Until VY. There goes the speed. And again, the yoke is so sensitive in your X-plane. In the real world, it wouldn't be that sensitive.
Skyhawk is now on the right downwind for runway 31, touch and go, Ocotillo.
And Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now on the upwind, 3-1, right. Close traffic for touch and goes. Ocotillo. Flaps up. Oh, that's cool, Retonator. Alright, that's our 500 feet-ish. Some significant terrain there to our left. Alright, let's make that turn. Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is turning right crosswind, 3-1. Which it goes. Ocotillo.
And Ocotillo traffic, Skyhawk turning right base, runway 31, touch and go.
Nice.
Ocotillo.
Good separation there. That's our crosswind turn. Keep that nose to the top. And Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now on the right downwind for runway 31, touch and go. Ocotillo. Thanks for the follow, Scrap. Thanks. Nose down.
Ocotillo traffic, Skyhawk turning final, runway 31 for touch and go, Ocotillo.
Final. Good. See if we can spot him. Also need to crab a little bit to the left of my downwind heading bug there because winds are now coming from our left, getting pushed towards the runway. Where is Avanek? I don't see him. Perhaps he's already on the runway. Don't know where he is.
Salton Sea traffic, Panthera, departing runway 25, straight out departure to the west, climbing 3000. Salton Sea traffic.
Ha! That's cool. Another one is joining. Salton Sea. So as you can see on the same CTAF. So that's why it's so important that you include the airport name, because otherwise you don't know where the guy is, and I might now think that he is departing here on Ocotillo. Keep focused now. Notch your flaps. There we go. Again, runway's over there. Didn't spot Avanek. And again, I should include my number, my sequence number in the pattern here. So we are all aware of how many people are in the traffic pattern. So I'm now number 2, I guess. Number 1, I don't know how to... Yeah, that's a little bit weird. Perhaps with just one other guy in the pattern, that doesn't make sense. I'm just number 1 right now. I guess when someone else would join the pattern as well, that would make sense. Ocotillo traffic turning right, base for runway 31 for touch and goes, Ocotillo. There's our turn. We can already set that one notch of flaps barely in the white band in the airspeed. There's the runway.
Traffic, Skyhawk, we're on the upwind, runway 31.
I can see
try
him.
to stay in the pattern for Ocotillo traffic.
Yep. Great position report there. I see him. There's our speed, bit high. Alrighty. Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Sky goes now on final runway 31 for touch and goes. Ocotillo. There we go. Don't know what the
And Ocotillo traffic, Skyhawk turning right crosswind runway 31 for touch and go Ocotillo.
what the full flap speed is for the Cessna Skyhawk 172. Is that also in the wide band, or should I be below 70 knots? Or can someone know or look up what the full flap airspeed is? Maximum airspeed is. Because I don't think it's just a wide band. It should be below 70 or something like that. I don't know. And I would like to know. Alright, again.
Ocotillo traffic, Skyhawk turning right downwind runway 31 for touch and go.
Perfect
Ocotillo.
sequencing there between Avanek and me. Hey Leo, good to see you. Welcome on the stream. A little bit nose up trim there. Slow speed. We can go much slower. The green stuff on the airspeed indicator is flaps up stall, and the white is flaps down stall. So we still have a long way to go before we hear that stall warning. That was much better. So as you can see, nose up right now. It also makes dancing on your main wheels much more easy, by the way. Okay, we're leaving that yoke aft position there. Nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up. Iced him. Good. We're now in ground effect. Nose down. Ground. That was much, much better. Airspeed is increasing. VY and up. Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now on the upwind for runway 31, right close traffic, Ocotillo. Under 85, I believe. Thanks, MiniWebs, for last flap extension. Okay, so that does correspond with the yellow, or with the white airspeed band. I thought it was less, like 75 or so, but flaps up. Let's trim up a bit as well. Ah, good, MiniWebs, thanks. I'm curious to know the proper answer there.
Ocotillo traffic, Skyhawk turning right base, runway 31, Ocotillo.
Right base, so he's just behind me, no one's on the crosswind. Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now turning on the right crosswind, runway 31 for touch and goes. Ocotillo. There we go, making that turn. Also, I haven't heard the other traffic there on Sultan Sea to enter our pattern here. Alright, that's our traffic pattern altitude. Nose down, allow the airspeed to increase. Watch to the right, no one is there. Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is turning right downwind, runway 31, touch and goes.
And Ocotillo traffic, Skyhawk turning final, runway 31 for touch and go, Ocotillo.
Alright. Less power, really pushing on the yoke right now, so an early turnout, so we are still a little bit crab to the north for that wind component. Nose down trim, good. Okay, I was quite pleased with that landing, guys. The last one here, soft field landing, and the magic happened when I was just going slower, which makes sense. So the stall speed here with a flap up setting would be in the green band. So with flaps up, I can expect my stall horn to go off here at around 47, and with flaps down around 40. So I should already come in, or before the touchdown, around the edge here of the green band with flaps up, with flaps down, I mean, so that I can go for a quick touchdown and not wait endlessly for that stall horn to go off. Alright, good morning AI, good to see you. Come on the stream. Happy Tuesday. Technical flying today. Get that descent already going on my downwind leg here after midpoint. I guess there's no so much strong wind here because I still feel that I drifted away from the airport to the north, so I guess the wind component here is not that strong in comparison to the Sultan Sea airport. Which is good, but...
Ocotillo traffic, Skyhawk on the upwind runway 31, going to stay in the pattern for touch and go, Ocotillo.
Nice. Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now turning on the right base, runway 31 for Ocotillo. Okay. What we can do next, just for fun's sakes, if we did this landing, is go to Bermuda Dunes. Might be fun as well. Also an untowered airport, a little bit farther away. We can go over the Salton Sea. That's a lake, actually. Which might be fun. 85 knots. Thanks, Miniwebs. Thanks a lot.
Ocotillo traffic, Skyhawk turning right, crosswind, runway 31 for touch and go, Ocotillo.
Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now turning final for runway 31. On the go, we're gonna depart to Bermuda Dunes at, say, 3,500. Ocotillo. Thanks for the follow, Tika. Thanks. Alright, another notch of flaps. Full flaps right now. So again, what I told you just a second ago was that the magic seemingly was that I was going much slower. And that made the yoke much less sensitive, which makes sense. And improved my landing overall. So let's do the same thing now. I'd like to be at around 50
Ocotillo traffic,
knots.
Skyhawk turning right downwind, runway 31 for touch and go, Ocotillo.
A little bit power in there.
Ocotillo traffic, Panthera currently 4 miles to the north of Ocotillo. Will overfly the airport at level 4,500 Ocotillo.
Alright, there we go. 50. Nose up. Much more stable here. A little bit more power. Coming down, taking my time. Look how stabilized this is. There goes the stall horn. Nose is still up because we are stalled, so I don't have that sensitivity there. This is how you do a soft field landing, guys. 10 degree of flaps, relieving my yoke pressure here. Slowly, we're now in ground effect. Nose down, oh man. VY, I'm already a bit above ground effect, I guess, but it's fine. And there we go. That was nice. What do you think, guys? That was nice. So it's all about speed, as always. I should have gone much slower also at Salton Sea. The slower, the better. Stall speed in landing config is 41 knots. Yep, that makes sense. With full down flaps. Okay, so another guy is entering the field as well. He's going to overfly the field. So let's just extend our upwind leg for just a bit. So we know we don't fly in his path. Ocotillo traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now in the upwind for runway 31. We're going to depart to the northwest to 3,500 to get to Bermuda Dunes. Ocotillo. So I'm just going to stick to northwest here, even though that's...
traffic, Skyhawk turning right base for runway 31, touch and go, Ocotillo.
Even though that's not part of the... it's not the direction of Bermuda Dunes, we actually should go a little bit more north, perhaps even northeast. But I'd just like to get away from the traffic pattern right now, so those guys do not need to worry about me.
Ocotillo traffic, Panthera flying over Ocotillo to departing to the south, level 4,500, Ocotillo.
Alright, so that guy's going to leave
traffic,
the
Skyhawk
traffic
turning
pattern as
final,
well.
runway 31 for touch and go, Ocotillo.
So nice of you guys to join in on the stream and fly around PilotEdge. As always, any one of you who has a PilotEdge subscription, you're so very welcome to join in and just fly traffic patterns or stuff. It's very cool. Landing lights off. Still keep that climb going. What we could do is reduce our throttle a bit to get that fuel flow into the green. Although I'm not sure what the procedure actually is there. I would say that this is a much more easygoing climb configuration. But I guess in the real world, which I would like to mimic, is just full throttle anyway. So I don't know what this is full throttle again. Don't know what the idea is there. Isn't it this early for PilotEdge? Well, you can still fly on PilotEdge AI. Thanks, Leo, for that thumbs up on the landing. But the CTEF still works. So you can easily fly on non-towered airfields. Okay, so let's do some PilotEdge here. not use any VOR navigation. We could use the VOR of Cochrane to get much more easy to Bermuda, but let's not. So we are currently flying away from Ocotillo. There should be a road, as you can see here, just before this terrain. And we can follow that. Is that this road? I think so. I think that is the road. And it seems to disappear. It's already on the right side
Ocotillo
here.
traffic, Panthera, currently level 4,500, flying to the northeast, back to Salton Sea, Ocotillo.
Ah, nice. The Panthera is going to follow us as well. What are you using for your charts? ForeFlight. It's a real-world app for the iPad and iPhone.
Ocotillo traffic, Skyhawk on the upwind, runway 31. We're going to depart straight out towards Borrego Valley, Ocotillo traffic.
Ah, Avanek is going to Borrego. This is so fun. Okay, so we're following this road, which is hard to follow actually, to be honest, because it seems to be fading away, or in the ground, and it should actually follow all the way along, right? All the way down to that highway, and then we can follow that highway up north. You can also see the Salton Sea, so it's kind of obvious where to go to, but that road should be able to follow that road, I guess. Oh, it's over there. It is closer to the terrain. Yeah, there it is. So I was following the wrong
Ocotillo
roads.
traffic, Skyhawk, we're leaving the pattern.
That stuff.
To the northwest,
Yes.
climbing to 3000, flying to Borrego Valley, Ocotillo.
Also overshot my turn there. My altitude, I mean. I should have sticked at 3,500 because we're going to the east. VFR altitude would be 3,500. Thanks for the follow, Den Forek. Thanks. But that is clearly the road that I was looking for, just in front of us here. Alright, nose down trim because I'm pushing down on my yoke here. 3,500, landing lights are off. We can lean our mixture here for a nice high EGT. There the EGT goes. We're also much more conservative with our fuel, so that's good. We know where we are. There's the Salton Sea, and here is the road. And this one we can follow all the way down to the Salton Sea.
Salton Sea strap Panthera, currently 4 miles to the southwest. We'll be entering the left downwind for runway 25 full stop, Salton Sea.
Alright, so at Salton Sea we got the Panthera. We're still on the CTAP, which is the same as the Salton Sea, so we're getting near the Salton Sea, so we can also just, even though we're not passing, well, we're at 3,500, so it doesn't make sense at all just to sign into the CTAP, I guess. Only if we fly traffic pattern altitude. I mean, don't congest the channel, the radio, if it is not that useful. So let's not. So we're now nicely, casually, Tuesday-like, cruising towards the Salton Sea. We should prep for our landing at Bermuda. So we're now, I guess, something like in this direction. So we should see that highway. We also see the coast. Should see the coast of the Salton Sea, which you can already see outside, right? The Kane West MOAs are not a concern to us. So what we could do is set up for our arrival. Now we could overfly the Cochrane Delta or Echo, I mean, at above traffic pattern altitude, so we know we remain clear of all of that traffic pattern stuff over there. We could also go up north and follow that highway, this highway. So we stay outside of that airspace and just go to Bermuda over there. There's Bermuda, by the way, Bermuda Dunes. 122.8. Because if we overfly, I guess, at around 1100, so we should just fly 1500. Well, we still got enough time to descend from here to there, from 1500 to 1000 to get to the traffic pattern altitude there. So we could easily overfly Cochrane. Well, let's just do that. It's a great visual reference point. But I'd like to be signed into the CDEV of Cochrane so we know what is going on there, because another airplane might overfly the field as well. And I'd like to know about that. So, switch now to 123.00 was already set. That's Cochrane. And for the second, we need 122.8 in the standby, because that's Bermuda Dunes. Alrighty, that's set. Also, I need to go a little bit more up there. I'm not on 3,500, as you can see. Okay, that sounds good. And I'd like to listen to the ASOS there, 118.32. Let's come to 118.32, and it was already set. Good, let's listen. Ah, Avanek, that's why you went to Borrego. No, I was going to Bermuda Dunes. Well, you're free to join. You're free to join.
Jacqueline Cochran RGNL weather. Wind light and variable.
Good.
Visibility more than 10.
Good.
Sky clear.
Good.
Temperature 29. Dew point -11. Altimeter 2977.
77 is the same, which is as expected. All right. There is the beautiful Salton Sea with some things in the water. I guess like a sailboat. Very good. Now, we could be very adventurous and just overfly the Salton Sea because it's cool, but in the real world, as I would also like to apply here in the flight sim, it's not that safe to do so. Because if you got an engine out, yep, where are you going to ditch your airplane? So it's better just to stay clear or stay close to the coastal line here. So in case we got some trouble, we still can make that landing going. Here's that highway going along the Salton Sea, so that's good. And Cochrane should be somewhere around there. Again, we could just set the VOR, but we won't. So there we go. It's so nice to fly in Echo and around the Palm Springs area. It's so cool. Casual, nice. And you have all the airspace that you need to do some fun flying. Engine is looking good. One thing that we could have done, is not really necessary, but put our transponder into the mode C mode. Exactly, mini-webs. So still now I'm flying over the water, but in case of an engine out, I could still make land, which is important. Then in case we do have an engine out right now, what will we do? Oh, traffic there. And that seems like military. And that's something that I know about, but I didn't consider for this flight. So let's look at the map again. If you look closely, you see this gray line. And a gray line means military stuff is going on. That's the VR1266, and it means that those guys are flying below 1,500 feet. Well, that doesn't seem like 1,500 feet below AGL. Yeah, they're climbing now for the terrain, I guess. But that's something to always look out for. They're hard to see, those lines. As you can see, there's another one coming up as soon as we are on north of the Salton Sea. And that's also why flight following is so useful, because the radio controllers can then tell you, about tilting your mic, traffic ahead, be aware. Tim, do you have the random failure set? No, I didn't. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Usually it's Keith who joins in on the stream and messes around with my Cessna here. So I'm really climbing here. Not good. We're now flying near to a IFR altitude, 4,000. Okay, so as soon as we reach the coast here, the north coast of the Salton Sea, what we can do, or what we should do, is announce our pass over the Cochrane airfields at around 1,500 feet or so that anyone who is approaching or departing Cochrane knows that they can expect someone flying over from the southeast to the northwest. What is our compass doing? We're now 320. 320. Good. Our heading indicator is in sync with our compass. That's what I should have said. Everything looks good. And turn on our landing lights so we're a little bit more visible here. Where is Cochrane? I think it's over there. Yep, there it is. There it is. Already descending here. Oddbot, that was fun. That was me in the Panthera. Oh, Oddbot, thank you for joining in. Didn't know that it was you. Awesome watching you fly the traffic pattern. Next time, we'll join you in the pattern. Awesome. Yeah, and if I knew that you were coming late, I would have stayed in the pattern so we could fly with the three of us in the pattern, because that's challenging as well, Oddbot. So next time, hoping you will join in. Goedemiddag, Hebbes Bart. Good to see you. Alright, on the coast. 123.0. Cochrane traffic, yellow Skyhawk, is about 10 miles southeast of the airport, currently at 2,700 and descending to 1,500. We're going to overfly the field from the southeast to the northwest to Bermuda, Cochrane. Okay. And we're going to do that same position report when we're near Cochrane and also when we are on top. So we just update anyone who is jumping in the cockpit at Cochrane. So can lean our mixture a bit because we're now descending to get that EGT nicely high up. Landing lights are on, so we're visible. Good. And again, another MTR is coming up, right? This one. Perhaps we already passed it. Always be in the clear. Should have done that a little bit more actively in this flight. All about on your Discord, so we'll know next time when you're ready to fly and then can join you. 3 in the pattern and staying clear of who's in front will be a challenge. Oh yes it is. Yeah, so anyone who's new to the Uncertified Pilot, I've got a Discord server that you can join. If you just visit uncertifiedpilot.com or you visit my channel here on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/uncertifiedpilot. You'll find in the info panels there a link to my Discord and you can join, where you can also chat with me off stream and also chat with all the other fellow uncertified pilots here. And I will do updates on when I fly. Also there are some free goodies that you can download, like checklists and stuff that I made. But most of all you can share just your passion of aviation with fellow aviators. Also on Twitter I announce when I fly. So that's the place to be. And also I share a lot of videos and stuff that I'm reading and learning, and also through Instagram. So if you're also into following me off stream, then that's the place to go. Cochrane traffic, yellow Skyhawk, is now 3 miles southeast of the airport, currently at 2,000 and descending to 1,500. We're going to overfly the field from the southeast to the northwest up to Bermuda Dunes. Cochrane. Retinator, what is your take on P3D version 4, because that's the sim I will be using for training? Sure to join Discord. Great, Retinator. Prepared version 4 is great, but I think X-Plane better suits my needs. I think the photoreal stuff really adds to my VFR training. And that's not possible for P3D at the moment, even though Orbex has really realistic scenery, it's not that realistic as photoreal. Also, it's much cheaper X-Plane. I also just like the feel of X-Plane, just the graphics. They are much more polished to P3D. I also like the runways and the taxi lights and the runways that follow the contours of the terrain, the windsock that is animated. Also like xEnviro, the clouds here, even though Active Sky Next is cool as well, but they're gonna hop over to X-Plane 11.2. So yeah, also like the replay better of X-Plane, the video recording stuff, the flight analysis, also the failure system X-Plane is much more realistic. The only thing that I miss is A2A, to be honest. But I'm hoping that SimCoders, which is kind of like the A2A kind of developer team, I'm hoping that they will release a reality expansion pack for the stock 172 as well. Thank you, NN. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. But we'll have to see. Cochrane traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now overflying the field at 1,500 from the southeast to the northwest. We're going to continue our flight up to Bermuda Dunes. Cochrane. Alright, a little bit more power because we're now leveling off. And there is beautiful Cochrane, also made by Greg, GPP 500. Payware, but very, very cool. True, Evis Bart, that's true. And nothing wrong with P3D, but to me, X-Plane, it just is more, it feels like it's more stable. It's more polished. I know, I just like it. It's also cheaper. And what I also like is that somehow, but this is just my own opinion or my perspective, my own experience, it seems like for the general aviation community, small general aviation community, that there seem to be more serious flight simmers flying X-Plane. Olivier, thanks for the follow. Than on Prepared. Prepared is more like airliners, and not necessarily the airline flyers. Pilots are more knowledgeable and more serious with flight simming. Mostly it's just autopilot pushing button kind of flying, which I feel like is so boring. Still, gonna fly a little bit north here, guys, because I'd like to catch that highway, because that will bring me to Bermuda. As you can see. And also ride inbound for Bermuda Dunes. I'm gonna overfly the field again, because a straight in on a non-towered airport is not recommended, because it's always good to know whether there's norther traffic, right, as we already experienced in today's flight. Cochrane traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now leaving the traffic pattern or area to the north, currently at 1,800. We're going to continue our flight northwest to Bermuda. Last call, Cochrane. Switch to the CTAF 122.8, that's Bermuda Dunes. Following this track, Bermuda might be somewhere around over there. If I look at the sectional, you can see that the highway is still going to take a bend there. So let's say that we are about 5 miles southeast. I'm going to overfly the field and enter the left pattern for runway. Let me get this one in as well. 28. I guess the winds are still coming from the north. We don't have it. We don't have an ASOS or AWAS for Bermuda Dunes. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Yellow Skyhawk, is now about 5 miles southeast, east of the airport, currently at 1,800. Going to descend to traffic pattern altitude, overfly the field first, and enter the left downwind for runway 28 for a full stop, Bermuda Dunes. Yeah, true, Evis Bart, that's true. And I also for season 2 of my series, I will just stick to the Cessna 172. I just like to fly the 172. I also like VFR flying. I don't like autopilot flying. So let's see if I can even complete my I ratings without using the autopilot, which I think is a bit too much of a challenge. Alright, 28. Again, set the heading bug. 28. It's still in sync 3-1. No, it's not. Let's see. We're now flying 3-0. Well, it is. In a turn, the compass is a little bit different. A little bit off. I can see Bermuda Dunes in the distance. Let's get to 1500 feet. That's 500 feet above traffic pattern, so that's good. Bermuda Dunes traffic, yellow Skyhawk, is now 3 miles east of the airport, currently at 1,700 and descending to 1,500. We're going to overfly the field and enter the left downwind for runway 28 for a full stop. Bermuda Dunes. Lights are on, mixture, let's go full rich. Parking brakes are released. Good. Now, this is actually not a good approach, by the way, of overflying the field and entering the left downwind is good, but flying it while on a approach on the glide slope for runway 28, that's not good, because anyone could be flying right now on this leg. So it would be much better, and actually standard procedure, to fly a bit like this and come in from the north towards the south and to a teardrop. So that was not good procedure. You can see some traffic there. That's the MTR up north. So that was a bad call of me. Bermuda Dunes traffic, yellow Skyhawk, is now flying a little bit to the north. We're going to overfly the field from the north to the south to enter the left downwind for runway 28 for a full stop. Bermuda Dunes. Because no one is flying on this side, right? It's a left pattern for runway 28. Beautiful Bermuda Dunes. Again, a field polished, made, designed by
Bermuda Dunes
by
traffic,
Greg.
Skyhawk. About 5 miles to the southeast, we're going to join the left pattern on the left downwind for runway 28 for full stop, Bermuda Dunes.
Alright, Avanek is behind us again. He didn't include us in the report, so I don't know if he's aware of us, but I guess so. So he could have added number 2, following the Skyhawk, or something like that. Okay, 1500. Making that turn. Bermuda Dunes traffic, yellow Skyhawk, is now overflying the field from the north to the south. We're gonna enter the left downwind runway 28 using a teardrop turn. Bermuda Dunes.
Bermuda Dunes traffic, Skyhawk, we have the aircraft overflying the airfield right now in sight.
Right.
We'll join you behind you on the left downwind for runway 28, Bermuda Dunes.
Roger that, Bermuda Dunes. Alright, good. So Avanek is somewhere around there, and he sees us, and that's the most important thing. So we overfly, good. Now we can also start our descent to traffic pattern altitude. So we set ourselves up to enter. A lot of golf fields, golf courses here, which is cool in Palm Springs. Alright, let's set one notch of flaps there. Goes down. And let's make that turn. Right yoke, right rudder, I mean. Here we go. Keep descending, keep descending. Not hurt anyone else on the CTAF, but still there could be northo traffic. The turn going. Heading bug needs to go to the bottom. And we need to go to around 1,000 feet because that's traffic pattern altitude. There's Bermuda Dunes to runway. Perfect. Bermuda Dunes traffic, yellow Skyhawk is now on the 45, left downwind runway 28. We're going to join the left downwind 28 and go for a full stop. We have the other traffic in sight for number 2. Okay, there's 1,000 feet. Continue our turn. We're on the left downwind. A little bit more power.
Bermuda Dunes traffic, Skyhawk making a 45-degree entry into the left downwind.
I can see him just
for
on the
runway 28,
wingtip.
full stop, Bermuda Dunes.
And if we're quick enough, we can even enjoy Evanek's landing. Once we are on the ramp or on the taxiway, I guess. Okay, so there's traffic pattern altitude. Go a little bit to the left here. Perfect. So no soft wheel landing this time. But let's butter it anyway. Hey Nietzsche, good to see you as well on the stream. the windshield effects with the rain. There was actually a X-Plane developers panel live stream on YouTube a while ago. And I joined in accidentally because I didn't know that those guys were streaming, but I suddenly saw a notification on my YouTube app. And so I joined them and also asked about the rain effect, but they didn't answer.
Bermuda Dunes traffic, Skyhawk on the left downwind from runway 28, full stop, Bermuda Dunes.
I would like to see that raindrop effect. Even though it doesn't add at all to the flight training bit, it just looks cool. It looks more like an immersion kind of feeling there. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Hello Skyhawk is now turning left base for runway 28, full stop, Bermuda. Train there, over the nose, nice. Okay, less power. There's our base, second notch of flaps. Lock onto that runway. I see other traffic there. Also overflying the field. Don't know what that's about. Evanek, can I see him? Not yet. Alright, again, slow speeds. Turn here, always a bit dangerous. There we go, 2 wides on the Vasi, so we're a bit too high. Trade airspeed. Or altitude. Still looking for Evanek. I cannot see him to the left. I can see him there. Okay, good. Alrighty. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now on final runway 28, full stop. Bermuda Dunes. Still 2 wides. Come on, let's descend a bit. We're not too high visually. But I guess they'd like us to come in a little bit more shallow. I see traffic from the other side, guys. We're gonna go for a go-around. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is for a go-around runway 28 left traffic. There's traffic on the opposite direction, which is always nice. So I'm gonna continue on the upwind and try again. For left hand, 28 full stop. Incrementally.
And Bermuda Dunes traffic. Skyhawk, we're going to extend our downwind for runway 28, see what the other traffic will do. Bermuda Dunes.
Roger that, Bermuda Dunes. And then the other notch of flaps. So if you retract the flaps all at once, you get such a decrease in lift that you actually fall down to the ground almost. So it's good to do it incrementally and correct while you retract the flaps. One by one. Oh, I wasn't even full power yet. That was not good. We were fine, but still. Alright, 700. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now turning left crosswind runway 28, number 2 for runway 28. Full stop. Bermuda. Okay.
And Bermuda Dunes traffic, seems like the traffic made a full stop, so I'm turning left base runway 28 for a full stop. Bermuda.
Roger. Okay, that's our crosswind. We are on traffic pattern altitude. Should first put the nose down and then pull on the throttle, not the other way around. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now turning on the left downwind runway 28, full stop, number 2, Bermuda. Speed. Heading back to the button. There we are, again, lights on, mixture full in, parking brakes released. Yep, ready to go. Good.
Bermuda Dunes traffic, Skyhawk turning a long final, runway 28 for full stop at Bermuda Dunes.
Okay, long final, so he's far away. Let's see where he is. He extended his downwind. So, where is Evanek? Either way, I'm going to continue my downwind as well. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Kilo Skyhawk is going to extend the downwind as well. Number 228, full stop, Bermuda. So he knows he doesn't have to worry. Where is Avanek? So that's always the challenge or the excitement, I guess, of flying non-towered fields on PilotEdge, because you got drone traffic who totally ignores you. But actually, that can also happen in the real world with a Piper Cub who doesn't have radio and is oblivious to windsocks and that kind of stuff. So it's actually good practice.
Bermuda Dunes traffic. Skyhawk is now on a short final.
Short final.
828, full stop, Bermuda Dunes.
He's short final. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I don't see him. But I guess we can already make that turn. Bermuda Dunes traffic. Yellow Skyhawk is now turning left base, runway 28, full stop, number 2. Bermuda. Bit too high, by the way. Like 300 feet too high, that's not good. Unnecessary. Right, we're on the base. Still don't have Avanek in sight. Second notch of flaps. Good. Get the descent going, nose down. So I'm now waiting for a clear of the runway announcement. Watch that speed. Keep that nose down. Last landing of the day, guys. Thanks for the follow, MacLab. Thanks. Welcome on the channel. Ah, yeah, I can see him on the runway. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now on final runway 28, full stop. Have the traffic inside on the runway. A bit more power, but also we need to descend a bit. Alright. Good stabilized approach.
Bermuda Dunes traffic. Skyhawk is clear of the runway. Bermuda Dunes.
Yeah, I can see him. He is over there. Avanek. Okay, one red, one white. That's what I was looking for. At the same time, I'm still descending quite rapidly. Nose up trim. Watch that speed. And again, we can go perhaps much slower. I'm usually aiming for 65. We've been talking about this in previous streams as well. 65 is a good approach speed, but eventually into touchdown for the roundout you can be actually a lot slower. And as we noticed already also with the soft field landings, going slower is actually much more easy to land. Much more stable. Even though we're not full flaps right now. Should be fine. Nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up. Good. Whoa, that was still nose up. Alright, there we are. Flaps up, so we don't get that nose up thing going on still, and we are much more heavily pushed onto the ground, so we brake a little bit faster. Some aerodynamic braking here, pulling on the yoke. And there we are, guys, on Bermuda Dunes. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Yellow Skyhawk is now clear of runway 28. Taxi departing. Where is Avanek? He's over there. The same old spot. Good. Let's taxi to him as well. Landing lights off, strobe lights off, lean for ground. Perfect. It's such a cute airport. And very comparable to the quality of Orbix. Nice. He parked next to that Piper Cub. Okay. Here we are. Slow, 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 slow. And boom. next to Evanek. And Evanek, thank you for joining in on the flights and the traffic patterns. Much appreciated. Makes the flight much more dynamic and educational. Thanks. Good to see you again. Okay, so parking brakes set. Avionics off. Cut off on the mixture. Wait until the prop stops. Then the magnetos off. And batteries off. And door open. Pause TrackIR. Release the seatbelts. And there we are on Bermuda Dunes. Wasn't that fun? Flying non-towered airports and also practicing with soft field takeoffs and soft field landings. So the magic was go slow. Listen for that stall horn. And again, the same would apply, I guess, also for our normal landings here on Bermuda Dunes. But especially with the soft field landings and takeoffs. So that was much fun. Learned a lot. That was good. Thanks, Evanek. You too. Mac, I go to Discord and follow you. Good. Good. Yeah, guys, it's kind of like our own off-stream FBO, the Discord. So we can share screenshots and information, news, anything that is related to serious flight sim training. You're welcome to drop by and also meet up with other fellow aviators who are into the Uncertified Pilot channel. You're very, very welcome. Thanks, Oddbot. Thanks. And also... or Evanek, totally agree with that. So, let's review our landing, because that's cool as well, as long as X-Plane allows us to, because in previous streams I got a crash as soon as I was reviewing my landing because of some scenery load, or I don't know what was going on there. First disconnect, but also close the door, because I just... be honest, I'm annoyed by that in the review, in the recorder, if my door is open. Okay, so we're just going to see what's going to happen. Hopefully we can enjoy reviewing those landings as well, especially on this Salton Sea and at, what's it called? Ocotillo, was it? Ocotillo. So let's do that. Recorder, all the way back. All the way back. All the way back. So here we went for the taxi. Takeoffs are also interesting to review, by the way. So let's play. Shift 4. The Papa Hotel Tango India Mike in the dirt. Let's go a little bit farther in time. Oh yeah, that was our taxi. This was our taxi to the back taxi on runway, what was it? 25-ish? What was it? Runway 25. And I needed to keep rolling, that was important. But also the helicopters, which are not part of the recording right here, those took off while I was taxiing here. And as you can see, in just a moment, I will be pushed to the left. And the helicopters are very, yeah, you can see, it's very, very dangerous. So, oh, tail strike. I had actually damaged my airplane here, and that's not a good thing. Albot, we need good weather for your Cat 10. Absolutely. Yeah. Cat 11. Sorry. I completed my Cat 10 yesterday, Oddbot. With honors. So, it's Cat 11 time. So I keep rolling. Power, power, power. But for that helicopter, that's very important. So you need to correct for that as well with your ailerons. And usually at a traffic, at a towered airport, they caution you for those helicopters. So again, elevators up, as you can see. Keep that roll going. 1 notch of flaps, 10 degrees. Helicopters are gone. I think it was a little bit messy. So you will see that my nose wheel is pumping up. It's so sensitive, the yoke. Too sensitive, because in the real world, also with a normal takeoff, as I noticed, you should actually pull on the yoke quite significantly before you get your nose up. Well, here in the sim, it's just not even a centimeter or so, and the Cessna is already climbing. So that's a bit unrealistic. Good things there are maintenance guys at Bermuda Dunes. That's true, many webs. Thanks. Yeah, but it was a great episode. You can see. It was up, so a little bit bumping up, but relieving that yoke pressure. That was good. Look at that. And rotate. Ground effect, nose down. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Arctic. It is like that in real life if you trim like a maniac. Oh, that's also a good one. I didn't really consider my trim setting before my takeoff. And obviously, if that was in a nose-up position, that would also make life a bit more hard, I guess. Or nose-down position. So, off of that runway, that wasn't wind. I was just pointing a little bit away from the runway. That was not good, perhaps because of gyro drift. Making that turn again. Flaps. 20 degrees. Make that turn. Overshot it a bit. Full flap setting. Good. And there we go. Alright, let's see. Going down. Going down. Going down. Nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up. Nose wheel. Good. You can see it's still relieved. You can see here the bumping up of the strut here. So you can see I'm trying to relieve that pressure. Flaps 10%. 10 degrees, I mean. No tail strike. It's not bad. It's not bad. What do you guys think? Nietzsche, you're following your checklist, right? Wink? Yeah. Wink back. I'm not. And I should actually. But the problem is... The checklist that I'm using, the one that I made myself, which also is a free download on the Discord channel of the Uncertified, is very detailed. And I should actually make one that is more basic, like a real normal kind of checklist for the 172. So I can just do the most important checks, like the elevator trim, and then I would be fine. Again. Thanks, McLab. I thought it was a good landing as well. There's the runway, we're parallel. And there we go again, making that turn. 20 degree of flaps. I'm a bit too high. Second, or third, I mean. Full flaps. There we go. Little bit of power in. Nose up, nose up, nose up. Nose up, good. Strut has not been... Yeah, there was a strut movement there. Still trying to relieve that pressure. And now it was flaps up, which was not good. But the takeoff wasn't bad at all. Ground effect. Ground effect. And then for the takeoff. Okay. Also like to see the traffic pattern lapse here visually. Even though it's risky because X-Plane might crash, but still I'm curious. So, what was happening here? Upwinds were kind of okay. As always, turning a little bit to the left here. I guess that's winds. I don't know for sure. No, I guess it's not winds because it's always to the left. That is all of the four forces, left tendency forces. So I'm not putting in enough right rudder. So torque and all of that stuff. Gyroscopic things. The clock! Yeah, well, I didn't really need to use it for this flight, to be honest. But I will. Nietzsche, I'm not trying to beat you up on you, Tim. I am entertained that we do the same things. Checklist, checklist, clock, and then we fly and we never look at the checklist clock. That's totally right. And I appreciate your feedback and all of your feedback, guys. I do not... really view it as criticism, but just as happy feedback. It's just I like to improve and learn, so the only way to do that is by your feedback. That's actually also the primary reason why I stream, to get your feedback and improve. So yeah, that was my leg to Acapillo. Ocotillo. So what was happening here? As you can see here, it was quite sloppy. So sometimes I extended my crosswind, I guess, and I was a little bit further away of the runway. So in case of an engine out on this leg, I might not have made the runway, which is not a good thing. Always keep your traffic patterns nice and tight. This one was about the other traffic, the AR traffic that was coming in. So I was number 2 and was following that traffic, so that's okay. And here was an extended downwind. That was because Avanek was on the runway, so that was fine as well. Good, I think. Let's turn off that stuff and shift 4. I'd like to go now to... No. Yeah. And I entered. I'd like to see my entry as well. So, where are we? There's the field. There's the field. Okay. Again. There are we flying. And yeah. Right. So here's the traffic pattern. Here's the runway. That was runway 31. So that was good. That was good. That was a good call. So flying from the north inbound for that 45-ish degree angle into the right downwind. Seems good to me. Yeah, it really looks nice, the desert. I totally agree. And it's so much fun. And even you can learn a lot of stuff just flying on untowered airports and in deserts with no tower controllers. It's very challenging. So let's look at these patterns. Well, those are better. You can see again a left tendency. So what is happening there is I'm not using right rudder. I have to say though, in the A2A airplane 182 and 172 that the slip indicator, I believe, indicates much more clearly that you're experiencing that left tendency, and I don't see it in the X-Plane 11 stock 172. So I'm not noticing it as well, but I should. So much more right rudder. Mental note: right rudder with takeoff to counter of all of those tendencies. Gyroscopic, what is it called? Precision or precession, torque. Also got the slipstream around the airplane. There are 4 forces, I believe. Don't know them by heart. Magic Norm, good to see you on the stream. Do you use anything special to evaluate your distance from an airport before a landing? Like with the precision reports? No. What I once did was just using a... wasn't it a GPS? No, I think it was a VOR. I was flying, for example, Cochrane has its own VOR. You can fly at Cochrane, tune in the VOR with the DME. That's what's important. Not just only a VOR, but that it has distance measuring. And you just set your airplane to a particular distance from the airfield. You look at your VOR indication, your DME, and it says 7 nautical miles. And you look outside, and you just memorize what it looks like. You have a sense of distance. And then you go a little bit closer to the airfield, let's say 3 nautical miles, looking at the DME. And you look outside, what does it look like? And so you remember that, and now it becomes more intuitive. Also, I noticed that you don't need to be that precise, whether it's 6 miles or 7 nautical miles from the airfield. It doesn't really matter, just a general idea. So the air traffic controllers or pilots know generally where you are. It should be within a 5 nautical mile kind of margin. So if you're actually 5 nautical miles from the airfield and you're saying that you're 10 nautical miles, that's a bit too much off, I would say. Anyway, the best landing happened here. I'm curious. Control P away, shift 4. I guess this was the turn to final. Full flaps. Are we full flaps? I think we are. Yeah, there we are. Again. From the other side. Nose up. Nose up. Nose up. Nice up. Good. Keep it up. Aye, that was a strut. There's a strut again. That was a tail strike. So there was the sensitivity of the yoke again, especially with the flaps in still. Perhaps I should have pushed in my throttle more gradually. Thank you, Quiz. Thanks for the follow. Welcome on board. That was a tail strike. Arctic, Magic Norm, awaited 2 that is using the wing strut. Your altitude is always the same. Should be in the runway at about a middle of the... Yeah, but that's about the distance in the traffic pattern. And if you like to determine how that distance now, for example in this case, is done, then you can use the strut. The general rule is there that if you have an engine out, you are able to make the field. That's the general rule. And you can try that. I had an engine out in one of the previous streams. It's a highlight on my channel here on Twitch. So if you're interested in that, just go to the highlight section. And you will see my first engine out in the pattern that was induced by Keith, CEO of PilotEdge. Unexpectedly, and I made the field. Perfectly, actually. Okay. So, again, full flaps. Once more. Nose up. Very nice up. Yes, no, but it's still good. You can see that I'm putting in back pressure. Let's see if we got a tail strike again. No. Very good, very good. Nose up, nose down. Ground effect. And up. And up we go. I'd like to see them all. That's true, mini-webs. A training wheel on my tail end to prevent that tail strike from happening, yeah. Well, again, that's great about using a flight sim. You can never do this training safely, let alone without a flight instructor in the real world. So using that in the sim to get the principles going, to apply those principles, is so much more cheaper, so much more safe. Perfectly safe, to be honest. So again, that's the power of flight simulation for you, also in preparation for your real-world flight training. There we go once more. Shallow approach here. Again, nose up. Also, you might not even see the far end of the runway, so you need to look through your peripherals there. Nice! Perhaps a little bit too much up. No, it's perfect. It's perfect. And flaps up. It's perfect. This was the last landing, I guess. And full power. We're still off of the ground. Nose down, ground effect. PY. And up. Up you go. That was nice, and I think that was the last landing. And that was all because I went much more slower. So the yoke was much less sensitive. I was nicely put onto the ground. It was very, very good. Okay, then I think I departed. Yes, I did. Towards Salton Sea. Booyah! Miniwebs, Tim, I can't wait until you start learning IFR. Me neither. I will learn so much from you since I'm also new to IFR. Good, yeah, I cannot wait to start with that as well. But the Cat 11 first, I'm going to do that tomorrow evening at 1430 Zulu. Just a half an hour before PilotEdge air traffic controllers go live. And we'll go for the Cat 11, guys. And then I finished my PPL training, my season, officially my season 1. So that's a very special stream. So if you've been following me, be sure to stick around, follow me on Twitter so you know when to fly. Perhaps the weather is not good enough for us to fly tomorrow and we need to postpone again, like with the Cat 10, which was a bummer. That's a little bit too far away. Yeah, now with the speed on, this is a little bit silly. like an F-16 Falcon. No pressure on the Cat 11. Yeah. Well, the Cat 11 is actually quite basic. I've already looked at it, and it's just a well, it's quite interesting. It's a flight from LAX to San Diego International, so from Bravo Airport to the next. But the procedures are exactly the same as for a Charlie, so it's actually like flying from Burbank to John Wayne. There's only one pitfall I thought about.
Jacqueline Cochran, RGNL weather.
Oh.
Wind light.
Oh, the frequencies also are part of the flight recording. Interesting. And that is at San Diego. To enter San Diego, you got a lot of Bravo airspace. And I thought about this corridor to get very near to San Diego, because if we fly 5,500 towards San Diego, that would be a perfect flying altitude, cruising altitude. We underfly this section. We also fly in between this section here of Torrey Pines. As you can see, it starts from 1,800 up to 3,200 and starts at 6,800 to 10,000. So then we could fly at around 3,500-ish, get very close. Then this section starts at 4,800, a lot higher. So we're still clear at 3,500, and then we're very, very close to the San Diego International Airport, and we can get permission to enter the Bravo just a few miles north of San Diego and enter the right downwind for runway, what is it, 27, something like that. But I haven't read any arrival procedures for VFR pilots for the San Diego airport, because we could also, I guess, just fly like this and ask for permission to get clearance. But if it was up to me, I would fly that corridor, but I haven't read anything about a corridor. Well, here's a VFR corridor, but that's about, that's a fly route to transition through the Bravo, like with LAX, to go southbound through the Bravo, but I like to get to San Diego, so I still need to find some information about how San Diego likes us as VFR pilots to arrive at San Diego. So that's something that I'm still thinking about. Minimaps. When I did the Cat 11, they cleared me into the Bravo while I was still over the sea. Yeah, that's what I would expect as well. Bravo. They will sometimes give you a radial off the VOR to fly when you go into the Bravo. That makes sense, and I would expect that would be then the Bravo radial of more Mission Bay. 117.8, like the 326 radial, because that would bring me right through that corridor. Okay. Oddbot, I think they call the Oceanside corridor. I didn't know what ATC meant, and hence basically flew under the corridor. Ah, right. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks. Okay, so the Salton Sea, very nice scenery once more. Again, we came up to the coast here. There is Cochrane, and that was good procedure to announce our position already from here. It was a good announcement as well. The only thing that I forgot was the MTR. There were two MTRs here. Two MTRs. Two MTRs. Three, actually, I now see. IR 217. And this one is VR 1266, and then another one here. So I wasn't really actively looking around outside to spot those that traffic, which we did spot during our flight. Also good that we stayed along the coast in terms of an engine out, or in case of an engine out. That was good. And again, let's look at the path here. Yeah, quite basic. Not a lot of stuff going on here. 3,500 already started to descend. Nothing that we should say about this, I guess, other than the MTR. Let's go. Yes, thanks guys. The Oceanside Corridor. Okay, should Google that as well to find some... I'd like to see a plate or a description, because I would like to also, after my stream, that's also one of the celebration streams that I'd like to do, fly to Las Vegas Bravo with our tiny little Cessna 172. Well, could I just arrive at Las Vegas and say, hey, here I am, I'd like to transition the Bravo to enter Las Vegas, or is there some kind of procedure that I need to follow? So that's why. I like to get the idea, the principle. So here I was flying to Bermuda Dunes. I was aware of the highway that would bring us all the way around to Bermuda Dunes, so that was good. There's Bermuda. The only thing I did wrong here, which I was aware of only until short final, just 3 miles out, was that it was not really sensible to approach Bermuda Dunes, even though I was above traffic pattern altitude, going for the straight in for runway 28. Because also on this altitude, even though I'm above traffic pattern altitude, I'm very nicely now, well, a bit high on the glide slope, but someone else could be on the glide slope as well from this distance. So I should have just gone north a bit further, like I will do in just a sec, and then overfly the field perpendicular to the runway, then do that teardrop and enter and land. Look at the San Diego tech charts. Yes, that's true. I looked at that as well. You see the VFR, but those are flyways. Well, perhaps those are the ones that you should follow. Yeah, that's true, Minimaps. I looked at those as well, and figured out that corridor near to the San Diego airport. But yeah, I guess that's the information. All right, good one. Thanks. So, entering, and again, nicely 45 degree. Evanek was already there. Number 2 in the pattern. Oh, we got the go around. That's true. Because that incoming traffic, that AI traffic was there on the other side. That's base. 20 degrees of flaps. Good altitude. Make the turn. Overshot it a tiny bit. And then we saw the traffic, I think. Well, what did I do? Full power. Flaps were still in, that's good. Thanks for the follow, La Pomme. Thanks. And the flaps were up incrementally, that was good. Applying the upwind, and then here making that turn for the base. Crosswind, I mean. Good. And again, second attempt. And let's have a look at that landing. Degrees, 20 degrees, good. Make that turn again. Again overshot that turn a bit. Okay. Thanks for the follow, guys. Genzamak. Thanks. Welcome on board. Okay, so here we come. 20 degrees of flaps this time. Nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up. Still nose wheel is down. A little bit of an uncontrolled nose wheel. Tail strike kind of thing going on there. So first main wheels. Boom. That's good. But then you see here, nose going up a little bit more. And that's dangerous even also because we still got flaps. We might even get some liftoff and then fall down onto the runway, and that's not good. But I guess that soft field landing reflex was still there. And there we are. Nice. At Bermuda Dunes. Guys, that completes this very nice flight today. Non-towered airport flying and soft field landings, soft field takeoffs. That was nice. Learned a lot. Speed, it's all about air speed. So that's a good lesson. Again, guys, thank you for joining in on the channel, joining in on the stream. Thank you for all your tips and your shares. Also, thanks for the follows, Guns and Mac. But also many of you, Oliver, Mac Lab, Dan Forick, so many new guys here on the stream. That's very, very much appreciated. Really is encouraging to keep flying here and have so many of you on board here and discovering the Uncertified Pilot channel. Thanks a lot. So next up is going to be the Cat 11 rating, and I guess I'm going to fly tomorrow if the weather allows. If we don't have IMC on our hands, that will be around 1530 Zulu, and that's half an hour before PilotEdge goes live. If the weather is not good enough, you can also follow me on Twitter and also here on my channel. Thanks for the follow, Onia Bood. Thanks. Also on Twitter and on Discord, because that's where I will announce whether I will fly, and also share a lot of other background information and stuff that I've been reading and looking at on YouTube and stuff all about flying and flight training. And also on Discord you can meet up with fellow aviators as well that are into serious flight simming. So if you're new, join in on Discord or follow me on Twitter, and you will always be up to date. Guys, thank you again for joining in. Happy flights, blue skies, and hoping to see you with my Cat 11 rating very, very soon. Bye.
Palm Springs Tower, Skyline Hotel Tango, Mike is 10 miles north of reporting 3000 with information X-ray and for a full stop, landing 13 left if that's available.
Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, Palm Springs Tower, Squawk 6250.
6250, Papa Hotel Tango, Mike.
Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, Palm Springs altimeters 2985, radar contact, about 10 miles west of the Palm Springs VOR. Presently landing runway 31, so requesting straight in for 13.
If that's available, yes please.
Remember, correction, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, make straight in runway 13 left and clear to land. Wind is 0905.
Clear to land, runway 3 left, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, thanks.
Palm Springs clearance, plus 4658 is type PC12 land call frequency clearance to Vegas S file.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs clearance. Good afternoon. Unable to give you S file, and I'll be forward standing. Plus 4658 is cleared to Las Vegas Airport. VFI Cathedral 1 departure procedure to Palm Springs. Victor 370 to 29 Palms. Victor 538. Cresso. Join the Cresso 3 arrival. Maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 2405 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.7, squawk 6316.
4658 steered to Vegas via Cathedral 1, Palm Springs, Victor 37029, Palms, Victor 538, Cresso 3, initially climb 7000, expected for 0 after 5, departure 167, squawk 6316 plus 465.
Plus 4658, reback is correct. Tango Mike, taxi to ramp via Echo and this frequency.
Taxiing to the ramp via Echo, remaining on this frequency, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike.
Ontario Tower, Cessna 237 Charlie Alpha, approximately 4 miles to the west, inbound to land.
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, roger, inner left, traffic, left downwind runway 26 left before base.
And left downwind 26 left and before your base, 237 Charlie Alpha.
Charlie Tower, United 242, on the vision for 20 right, will be turning for a right base shortly.
United 242 Jolly Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind 170 at 13.
Clear to land, 20 right, United 242.
Papa Tower King at 2280 Kilo, ILS runway 24.
King Air 520 Yankee Kilo, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind 210 at 11.
The land departure Yankee Kilo.
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, runway 26 left, clear to land.
26 left, clear to land, 7 Charlie Alpha, thank you.
Palm Springs ground plus 4658 east ramp with weather calling for taxi.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs ground, runway